Jump in. We'll jump the fuck in. So this is an article from foxnews.com. We all love Fox News. I'm a huge Fox News fan. I mean, low key though. Don't tell anybody. The woke mob's gonna cancel me if they find out I love Fox News. But the thing I love about Fox News is every time they write about something, like, just imagine this is what the average American believes, right? Like, whatever perspective that they have on whatever subject, this is what the average American zombie actually thinks. So that's why I love Fox News. It's just news for those with the low IQ. But either way, here we have something that I'm surprised even made it past the cutting room floor on Fox News. And let's check this out. COVID-related hospitalizations increasing among U.S. seniors. So first, the group to skyrocket in COVID cases relative to previously was, pediatric cases. Under 18s in this country, under 18s of which, by the way, according to CDC statistics, 91% of those under the age of 18 have had at least one COVID infection. And we don't know how many have had 2 or more COVID infections. But now the next group, after the kids start to die off in droves, are the elderly. That's right. So let's go here. Reminder, by the way, Christmas is coming up, everybody. We'll get more into that later. The U.S. is seeing a rise in COVID-19 hospitalizations, and the older population accounts for a growing percentage of U.S. deaths. Hospitalizations for people infected with COVID-19 increased by more than 30% in 2 weeks, with much of that spike hitting older people and those with existing health problems, according to the CDC director. I love that like most of the spike hitting older people and those with existing health problems. Now, again, if you look at the list of existing health problems that the CDC has put out, comorbidity risks for COVID-19, you would find that approximately 95% of Americans, not Americans in an age group, not Americans that have COVID, 95% of Americans as an entire population have at least one comorbidity on or risk factor or whatever they want to use to pretend like it's no big deal. 95% of Americans have at least one risk factor here. So I don't know, man. The idea of just saying good news, everybody, only those with risk factors are dying, doesn't really make too much sense when most of Americans are chronically ill. The CDC data includes all hospitalizations of people who test positive for COVID, regardless of the reason they were admitted. Nursing home leaders are boosting efforts to have staff and residents boosted with the new version of the vaccine, which is now recommended by the federal government for people 6 months and older. These nursing homes now face complacency and COVID-19 fatigue. Now, again, these are not things. Those don't exist. These are human creations, right? Oh, complacency and COVID-19 fatigue. You know what I'm really, I'm just fatigued about? Cooking my food. I just buying like cooking oil, cleaning the pots and pans. You know what? Fuck that shit. I'm just going to start eating raw meat, eating raw fish. I'll just eat dirt. Why? Because cooking my food is just, I'm fatigued, bro. I'm complacent. I don't really feel like doing this shit anymore. How much time do we spend wasting firing up the grill and cooking food? It's a waste of my time. You know what else I'm a little fatigued about? Washing my hands. I don't know about y'all. I'm a vegetarian. I poop like 3 times a day. Do I really need to wash my hands all 3 times? Come on, man. I'm fatigued. Think about it from a financial perspective. How much soap I'm using. Washing my hands multiple times a day. I wash my hands before I cook. I wash my hands after I use the bath. How much money am I wasting on soap? On washing my hand towels? I mean, come the fuck on. I'm fatigued. What can I say? You know what else I'm fatigued about? Putting my seatbelt on. When I'm driving around town at 90 miles per hour, you know what I love to do? Put my seatbelt on. Psych! Only nerds put their seatbelt on. I'm fatigued. You know how hard it is to go like this when I enter a car? God damn it. That just tires me out. I can't even drive after I do this. I'm fatigued, bro. Once again, that doesn't exist. It's not a thing. Easing coronavirus restrictions, broader immunity in the general population, and mixed messages. Now, again, broader immunity in the general population, this is not a thing. Like, you know, when we talk about fake news, when we talk about medical misinformation, in this case, disinformation, this is not a thing. There is no such thing as broader immunity in the general population. That doesn't exist. All right? This stems from a conspiracy theory that there was immunity with the original SARS-CoV COVID-19 virus. That is, now again, that was never verified. Turns out the wild type version of the virus didn't provide great immunity at all. Now again, did it provide quote unquote immunity at all? No. What is immunity? Think about this. When you think of the word immunity, what do you think of? Maybe you're thinking in a legal sense. Oh, I made a deal with the DEA, and now they're not going to prosecute me on these murders if I give up the rest of the people in my gang. What would you have in that case? Immunity from prosecution, right? You know, when you're playing a video game, and let's say you're stepping in lava, what do you need to find? You need to find some sort of, you know, costume, boots, a suit of some kind that gives you immunity to stepping in the lava. Now, again, there is no such thing as COVID-19 immunity. It doesn't exist in that kind of way. Immunity implies that you are immune. That does not happen. You can have periods of time where your immune system produces a higher amount of antibodies or a lower amount of antibodies to the dominant strain going on, right? So if you get infected with COVID-19, you will gain quote unquote immunity very temporarily for a couple of weeks. And then you don't have it anymore. So the idea of, again, there being broader immunity in the general population, it's not a thing. I mean, according to stats that I've seen, 5 to 10% of Americans have gotten the new booster shot. The new booster shot is made for the most, the most contagious version of this virus right now, which again, they stopped naming the viruses. Why? Because to reduce panic. They stopped naming the viruses. So now we're on BA7Q596.345.69.420, right? Who knows which Anyway, so the new booster shot is for the new viruses. About 5 to 10% of Americans have gotten them. So the idea that there's broader immunity in the general population, it's made up. It's medical disinformation, and they're lying to you. And your grandma's going to die because of Fox News lies. Your parents are going to die. Your kids are going to die because of this fucking garbage. But again, what is also important here is the mixed messages about whether the pandemic is over. Joe Biden followed in the footsteps of Donald Trump after assuming office in pandemic denial. Again, Joe Biden said any president who had like 300,000 people die of COVID shouldn't be president or anything, whatever. Remember he said that during the 2020 campaign? Well, I got bad news for Jack over there in the White House. That's happened about, 5 or 6 times over. We stopped counting deaths in this country. Isn't that funny? By the way, we stopped counting COVID cases and deaths, and all of a sudden the numbers are down. Whoa. It's like, if we stopped counting, can we stop counting traffic accidents next? How about suicides? Can we stop counting suicides? Because if you stop counting statistics, right, and then compared to the year to year, oh, there's 0 suicides this year. Well, how is that possible? Oh, we stopped counting. Oh, great. So there's 0 suicides, right? Yeah. Well, how do you know that? Because we didn't count any. There's 0. What? Many facilities try to protect their residents with masks, screening questions, temperature checks, and enhanced infection control. The nursing home leaders said it has become increasingly difficult to receive family consent for vaccinating nursing home residents. Some residents who can give their own consent are refusing the shots, while only 23% of nursing home staff are fully boosted. 23. Now again, what did it say about this before? Nursing home leaders are boosting efforts to have staff and residents boosted. Okay. Now 23% of nursing home staff are fully boosted. Now think about this, okay? Like, I mean, this is crazy shit, right? The fact that people that work in healthcare are dumber than, like, your uncle who's addicted to Facebook. Like, I've read a lot of reports of people that go to the hospital from some various sort of issue. They get in a car accident, they have cancer, they have surgery scheduled, and they catch COVID at the hospital because the staff doesn't fucking do anything about it. How insane? How insane is that? And also, imagine spending money to send your parent to a nursing home where the people at the nursing home don't know what the fuck they're doing. They don't wash their hands. This is like, imagine, right, you have a personal chef, right? You're one of those rich people. You have a personal chef, right? And they cook all your meals. And then you find out that they've had chronic diarrhea for the last 10 years and they haven't washed their hands a single time. You would feel a little something about that, wouldn't you? You'd be like, oh, whoa, what? And again, in these nursing homes, only 23%. Think about a restaurant. 23% of restaurant employees wash their hands. Right? Isn't that crazy? 23% of people that work at Burger King wash their hands. 23% of people that cook food at Wendy's actually cook the food. The rest just serve raw ingredients, uncooked hamburgers. But with COVID, all of a sudden, no one cares. Isn't that crazy? I don't know, man. It's wild. It's wild. Staff and visitors are potential ways in which the virus can enter nursing homes. Oh, you don't say. Many facilities try to protect their residents with mass screening questions, temperature checks, and enhanced infection control. What does this mean? Enhanced infection control? Like, do they think that people, like, reading this are going to be like, oh, they've got enhanced infection control. Great. Oh. Like, you're on the phone. Hey, is my mom okay from COVID? I read that there's this, there's a new version going around. Oh, don't worry, miss. We got enhanced infection control on the case. Oh, great. Awesome. I'll send my check in tomorrow. Beep. Like, enhanced infection control. Now, again, this is the next paragraph. Like 3 sentences in, after 23% are fully boosted. Then we've got enhanced infection control. Isn't that great? I'm glad that we have enhanced infection control on the case here for our fucking elders. That makes me feel a lot better about the situation. Hospitals across the country are seeing a rise in senior COVID patients. The rate of daily U.S. hospital admissions for people ages 70 and older with a confirmed or suspected COVID-19 test jumped from 8.8 per 100,000 people on November 15 to 12.1 per 100,000 people on December 6, according to statistics from the Department of Health and Human Services. Now, can someone remind me what happened in between November 15 and December 6? I'm really bad with dates. Can someone remind me, was there like a holiday at any point in between this that would have maybe led to close to a doubling of, 1.5x increase? Like, was there a holiday, like a major holiday that had people flying all over the country? Did that happen? Now, again, I know that there's people in my audience that traveled during Thanksgiving. Yeah, you're part of the problem. And I have no problem saying that. Anyone who got on a plane and flew around for Thanksgiving, in my opinion, is a serial killer. Now, again, you don't have to collect trophies. You don't have to pull the trigger. But you participated in a mass extinction event of human beings. So congratulations if you went and traveled for Thanksgiving. You're playing your part in enabling and promoting the mass extinction of your fellow person. So, good job. Scripps Research Translational Institute head Eric Topol, I don't know who this is or why should I care, noted that hospitalizations for seniors with COVID-19 in New York and California have already surpassed those during spring and summer Omicron waves. Okay. And in addition to an increase in hospitalizations, COVID deaths are also rising among seniors. Oh, great. Last spring and summer, death rates dipped overall as more people gained protection from vaccination and previous infection. Now, again, the idea of putting vaccination and previous infection in the same category, ludicrous. Ludicrous. It's now again, we talk about medical misinformation. This is medical disinformation. Medical disinformation. They are purposefully lying to you with the express intent to keep you confused and uninformed so that you go on about your day killing people that had nothing to do with anything. That's why they do this. Vaccination and previous infection, as if they're the same. As if getting infected provides some unique thing that vaccination doesn't. Vaccination provides longer lasting protection from the virus. Significantly reduced sickness and hospitalization outcomes. And guess what? The mRNA vaccines, you don't get a live virus in your system, bro. Does anyone I know people are dumb and they don't know what mRNA means and they think, oh, Jesus Christ. Did you know there's mRNA trillions, not even quadrillions, an infinite amount of mRNA in your body right now? Oh, but you're thinking, I didn't take the vaccine, so Do you know what mRNA is? Seriously, this idea that, the mRNA, whoa! What it does is it provides your body the instructions for how to deal with the virus without actually infecting you with the live virus. It is enhanced, superior vaccination technology. A lot of people cannot get certain vaccinations because even though it's a live virus in a small dose, they've got some sort of immunocompromise disorder where they can't have that. mRNA helps in that situation. Now, again, there's also people that cannot have an mRNA vaccine because of their own specific, bodily issues. But those people are why I advocate for good pandemic just good pandemic, go out with a mask on, wash your hands. Don't go to your disabled niece's house who's immunocompromised without washing your hands. And if someone can't get the vaccine because the vaccine would cause, some sort of immunosuppressant, issue, I wonder what the actual virus would do. Right. So again, Fox News, of course, par for the course with mainstream media, CNN, MSNBC, the Democratic White House, they're all marching in lockstep. Democrats and Republicans, this is a bipartisan issue. Both parties want to pretend that the pandemic's over. They make money. They are paid to lobby against people in restaurants from washing their hands. That's what they're paid to do. They are paid to make sure that the equipment that is used in surgery is not sterile. They go into the doctor's offices and open up all the different, scalpels and all the tissues, and they open it up and expose the sterility to bacteria-infested air. That's what their job is. Essentially, they want to kill you, and they make money doing so, and you are a useful little dumb fuck zombie if you're going out there. If you went to your family's house on Thanksgiving, you got blood on your hands, and that's not, it sucks. It sucks. But if you traveled, or if you're going to travel on a plane for a stupid holiday that doesn't fucking matter, can you really complain? Can you really complain about what politicians are doing to you? Oh, these politicians, man, they're so corrupt. They're so unfair. Can you really complain? You're part of the problem. How do you think those politicians got there? Because of dumb fuck zombies like you that voted for them. So, the share of COVID-19 related deaths for adults 85 and older who make up 2% of the population jumped to 40%. Isn't that great? Let's look at the comments. I regret doing that. Anyway, there's your 30-minute COVID segment for the day. I don't know how long it was. But again, this country, we just have a stupidity crisis. The real pandemic in this country, not to take away from COVID, is dumbassery. We have an entire population of people that read and write at a 4th fucking grade level. Have you thought about this? I know. But think about it, okay? the majority, the plurality, the largest percentage group of this country only is able to read and write at a 4th grade level. Now, some states it's 5th grade. California, I think, is 6th grade. But the average in this country for reading and writing and literacy is 4th fucking grade. How old are you in 4th grade? Like 10 years old? Once people hit 10 years old, they stagnate. They're stagnate. They don't really learn anything after that. They don't really gain any new information. And if they do, it's gone. Can you think about this? Most Americans read and write at a 4th fucking grade level. So, I don't know, man. Hey, look at this. It's a cell phone. What are you watching this show on? The internet. If you have access, and I know this might sound a little rude, if you have access to one of these and you've got an internet connection and you can still only read and write at a 4th grade level, it's on you. It's on you. I don't care. Oh, my life was so sad. My schooling was bad and I didn't pay attention in school. I don't care. If you have kids, I think you're a fucking evil son of a bitch. To all the people that have kids out there, and I know everyone gets pissed off at me when I'm tough on parents. If you have a child and you can only read and write at a 4th grade level, that just makes you a bad person. I'm sorry. It just makes you a terrible fucking person. If you are willfully bringing a child into this world and you are not prepared to adequately take care of that child, guess what? You're a fucking piece of human garbage. So I know. Oh, this bitch is being tough on parents again. You're damn fucking right I am. If you're a parent, your life is over. As soon as you have a child, your life is over. Bye-bye. You're done. The only reason you are alive once you have a child is to make sure your child is healthy, happy, and ready to go off into the world. Now, does that mean you can't have hobbies? No. Does that mean you can't enjoy whatever it is your life? That's fine. I'm not saying that. But what I am saying is, if you cannot read at a 4th fucking grade level, or can only read at a 4th grade level, and you're having a kid, what do you think is going to go on with that kid? You're going to repeat a cycle of trauma and abuse, right? If you don't know how to wash your hands and you're having a child, what? If you don't know how to cook and you're having a kid, you're going to have a kid who doesn't know how to cook. Like, again, I don't know why parents think that, oh, I have a kid, being a parent so hard, so that means I get to abuse my kid. And you know what? Honestly, it really is abuse. It is abuse to not be able to read and write at a 4th grade level as a parent and then throwing your kid into the world. You are not preparing them for what is out there. You are not prepared for what is out there. In my opinion, now again, I think as a society, there should be some sort of mandatory, government assistance program for anyone that has a child. Am I saying that people should necessarily be restricted from having kids? No. But in my opinion, Child Protective Services does not do the fit. Child Protective Services is garbage, okay? Child Protective Services is a group of criminals, thugs, they're called cops, right? And what they do is they harass the shit out of regular people 99% of the time. Now, again, Child Protective Services, every once in a while, they do something good. But look at it in a state like Texas, right? The state of Texas is telling Child Protective Services to steal people's children from people that are gay or transgender. Or if a child who was born a man or a boy wears a skirt, Child Protective Services is sent in to steal their kid, right? So again, we need to figure something out because Child Protective Services, that's not the solution at all. It's just more cops, and what do cops do? They make everything worse. But again, I don't know how do we get to this point where the pandemic kills millions of people and we're all pretending it's not real? How does that happen? How does that happen? Can someone please let me know? How does it happen? The average American can only read and write at a 4th grade level? Why would the CDC do anything? Why would the CDC even try? to talk to these fucking zombies? Why would the government even... You know why the Democratic administration in the White House has followed the Donald Trump Republican administration strategy on COVID? What is the strategy? Pretend it's not real. Lie, 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 lie. That's the strategy. But why is that? Because Americans don't care. You're dumb. I need you to understand this. You are fucking dumb. You're a dumb motherfucker. So that's why the White House has no problem going on national television and lying to your face, because they know you are so fucking stupid that you're going to believe it. So anyway, old people are dying. Good news, right? I mean, hey, if we keep killing these motherfuckers, eventually there won't be any more left to kill. So I guess that's the strategy. So everyone, take your mask off and, cancel your appointment for the vaccination, because this is America, baby. Jesus fucking Christ. Can you believe this shit? Can you believe this fucking shit? The average American, useless fucking trash. Let's be honest. Let's be real. Why is this so unpopular to say? Republicans and conservatives, they love, I'm the real counterculture, believing in traditional Christian values as counterculture. Look at me, I'm so oppressed. But again, what the Democrats and Republicans agree on? Science isn't real. What do conservatives and liberals march in unison on? Let's not wash our hands before we cook food. That's the world we live in. So I don't know, man. I feel like I'm way out there in no man's land. I see DSA chapters, DSA, Democratic Socialists of America. I don't want to shit on them too much, but I will. There's DSA chapters all across the country that over the last couple of months have revoked all of their COVID policies. Even the socialists are fucking stupid and can't be saved. Or the most charitable argument is the socialists understand that American zombies are so fucking stupid that they can't grow their ranks without appeasing to their pandemic denialist brain, which effectively makes them corrupt garbage. I'm sorry, man. We are fucked. People that actually give a shit in this country, we're fucked. We never had a chance. The inmates are running the motherfucking asylum here, and we have options. Option 1, get some fucking popcorn and watch the show. That's what option I have decided to take. Or option 2, try and fail, aka waste your time, waste your life trying to change the trajectory of this fucking meteor that's about to hit the fucking world, and then all of a sudden you're at the end of your life and you're thinking, fuck, it was a waste of my time, I should have done something else. So I say that, fuck option 2. I'm taking option 1. I'm popping some corn, I'm sitting back, and I'm watching the shit show. So anyway, that's my COVID segment today. Had to fill in the 20-minute quota. But there you go. Is it safe to assume the average watcher of this show is past 4th grade level? I would hope. And, to anyone who's not, once again, the complacency, the stagnation is the problem. If you have access to this machine, what a machine, look at this, it's a fucking rectangle with a cool color on it, and you are not able to read and write at a 4th grade level or more, it's your fault. I'm sick and tired of this, it's not my fault, it's this person's fault. It's not my fault, it's the government's fault. If you have access to a cell phone that has an internet connection, it is your fault if you don't know how to read and write past the 4th grade level. That is your fault. If you have a child, I don't have enough time to do this. You shouldn't have had a kid. But that doesn't help you, right? I don't know what to tell you. You have a kid, your life is forfeit. You signed up to ruin your life so that you could raise another little gremlin? Hey, I'm not making that decision. You made that decision. So if you're going to make that fucking decision, why would you traumatize another child? And again, I say this in a very literal sense. Not preparing your child for the world is traumatizing. 92% of kids under the age of 18 in this country have been forced, against their will, 92%, according to the CDC, have been forced to undergo mandatory medical experimentation. 92% of under 18s have been infected with COVID at least one time. We could have retrofitted all of our schools' ventilation so that COVID would be less of a concern. Nah, fuck that. Fuck that. That requires spending money on poor people. Fuck those poor people. Let's kill them all. Right? We could have done outdoor learning, right? And then during the colder months or whatever, we do online learning. We could have done that, but nah, fuck the kids. Fuck the poor kids. Let's let them die. 92% under the age of 18, forced, mandatory. What happens if you don't go to school? Truant officers show up at your door, bust your door down, and send your kid to jail. Thanks Kamala Harris for that one. She's a supporter of that kind of mentality, right? So you're forced, if you're a child, if you have a kid, they are forced to undergo mandatory medical experimentation. It's just that simple. We know that COVID affects the immune system very similarly to AIDS. Yet, have Americans realized this yet? No, they don't care. They don't give a shit. They're willing to kill their own kids just to go into the fucking super mall on Black Friday to get themselves a discounted flat screen. Anyway, so yeah, this is one of the only shows you're going to get the tough on parents attitude. Politicians, right, and other people are so fucking weak on parents. Parents are the issue. We wouldn't have stupid fucking young people if we didn't have stupid fucking middle-aged people that gave birth to them. And we wouldn't have stupid fucking middle-aged people if we didn't have the stupid fucking baby boomers that gave birth to them. And we wouldn't have the stupid fucking baby boomers if all those dumb fuck silent generation motherfuckers would have joined World War II a couple years sooner and gotten killed in a little bit more of higher droves. That's what I'm saying. So the big mistake in this country was waiting on World War II. We joined that shit 5 years earlier, we'd have a lot less dumb motherfucking baby boomers in this country. So, hey, if I ever invented a time machine, I'd get America involved in World War II 5 years earlier. Get involved in Europe, right? Send these motherfuckers over there to get killed in a war. Because, I don't know, man. What do we do? Jesus fucking Christ, we got too many of these motherfuckers. I'm just a little tongue-in-cheek there. Anyway, fuck. Yeah, that's right. Pro-war, anti-parent stream. That's what's going on here. Andrew Kohler, stop fact-checking my fucking goddamn meltdowns, okay? I think we joined 5 years earlier, we'd be on the other side. That's true. That's true. But hey, I'm just making a joke. Calm the fuck down. Calm the fuck down, you motherfuckers! I thought comedy was legal on this website. For Christ's sake. I thought comedy was fucking legal. Jesus. I'm the only one who got the booster. My BF is a little lazy to go get it. His mom work at a hospital and barely we got her getting the vaccine. And those are not Trump supporters or conservatives. Hey, I feel you, Blood Moon. Once again, Democrats, Republicans, they are bipartisan in the anti-hand-washing committee. They don't care about killing people as long as they don't have to go to the doctor for a free... Now think about this one. I know. I'm going to do it again. Oh God, it's happening. I'm seeing it happen. I'm watching the future right now play out. All right. Free. Now, can we talk about this? I know, it's crazy. Free. I know Americans, they love paying for stuff. I know Americans love spending their hard-earned money on stupid fucking garbage, right? So maybe if the COVID vaccine maybe if you had to pay for it, right? Maybe Americans would be like, oh, we have to pay for it? We have to give our money to corporations? Fuck yeah, sign me up. But think about this, okay? The COVID vaccine is free. It's free. It's free. It's free. How many times do I need to fucking say it? It's free. It's free. It's free. It's free. It's free. It costs $0. It costs $0. Zero motherfucking dollars. $0. $0. It costs $0. It costs zero fucking dollars. It's free. It's free. It's a free vaccine. It's free. Oh, God. All right. That's it. That's done. I'm done with the COVID, okay? I'm done. Stop it. Let's move on.